All right. Hello, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eComSellers Podcast. And I have with me my co host, my partner in crime on this journey.
Kelly V, come on board.
And Kelly and I come to you every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time to share with you the latest e commerce news, tips, and more. And with that, today's topic that we're going to be talking about regarding tips is Facebook Marketplace. So please tune in after we cover the news. But first, Kelly, let's talk about what you've been up to.
Well, yesterday, I do martial arts, and it's a good way for my stress and exercise and everything. And we had our regional tournament yesterday, and I came home with some bling. I won 3 silvers in my division, which was the adult gup, which is adult colored belts. And because of that and how many points I earned, I also got this huge. I mean, it's like almost as tall as me. I don't know if you can
Trophy.
see it.
We see part of it. We saw part of it. There you go. Oh my gosh.
It's huge. It's trophy
It's a trophy for sure.
for winning female adult female grand champion.
Grand
So
champion?
yeah.
Congratulations.
Hmm.
All right, so that's just a hint to all of you guys. If we ever do a shop and learn and Kelly is out there, don't mess with her. Don't mess with Kelly because you might get surprised. Kelly is not one to be messed with. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I have been on this journey because my kids are getting older and older for the special needs journey. And so I've attended some workshops. I got more workshops coming up. We're planning for our fall carnival for Especially Needed, a nonprofit of which I'm the vice president. And so that's kept me busy and just trying to get the boys going on different things that I know are like right around the corner because next year Tony's going to be 18, believe it or not. He has a birthday coming up in another week or so. And then Nicholas next year, he is going to be 16. And it's just like we're right there. All of the stuff that you have to prepare for to transition to adulthood, that's the stuff I've been busy with. And it's a lot. It is a lot. I've also been preparing for we have an upcoming live event. So tune in for that. And we also have, all the stuff that we're doing to prepare for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So I have not been bored. Been very busy. So with that, we are going to transition to the news. So Kelly, the floor is yours.
All right. Wasn't too terribly busy with news, but if you had the tool list perfectly, I think you say you use that.
I do.
Um,
I have an account for me and for my business partner. So yep.
okay, they just recently announced at there was a reseller get together in Vegas called the Reseller Remix, and they just they unveiled there a new thing called listing parties. So it's where you can be listing live and you can be interacting with other you know, resellers who are also listing, and maybe, they need help or don't know something about something. Um, so that's, it looks interesting. I went ahead, I made my profile today. You kind of make a profile and you just like where you like to list and what your experience is as a seller and such. And but you can also use it to find help, like if you're looking for someone to do the cross listing for you. You already have the listing and you do the main listing, and then you have someone just go and cross post everything to your other sites for you. You can find people to do that for you, using um, this new listing parties thing. So
I
I'm
love it.
looking. Yeah, they having their one event is coming up on Wednesday at 1 p.m. I'm not sure what time zone, so I got to figure that out. But I want to kind of see this because when you're listing by yourself, it kind of gets lonely. One of my favorite days is on Tuesday mornings. There's a couple of guys that they just do like a little live show where we're just all working and listing and talk, just talking, because it's like, you know, if you're just sitting home listing by yourself, it can be,
Pretty
like
boring.
boring.
We
So,
used to host listing parties, but I know you know that. We used to host
mhm,
listing parties, and we should bring that back, especially right now in Q4. We should have a couple of listing parties. So we just, list, 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 list,
mhm,
list. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Next is Shopify. Shopify is launching a tool to help merchants manage their sales tax collection obligations.
Okay.
Because with Shopify, you're kind of on your own. With eBay and Etsy and Mercari and all them, they take care of that sales tax. I mean, it's so nice. I remember when I had to do sales tax with Amazon and at eBay, and it was crazy. It took all weekend just to do each quarter sales tax. And since eBay and Etsy and Amazon has all taken over that for me, I don't have to worry about it. It's like besides just quarterly, just filling in, you know, that I don't have to pay anything because it's already been paid. So, but
All right.
yeah, so that's for Shopify. Etsy is starting a kids in danger video course for sellers who want to offer want to create products for children.
Mm-hmm.
These are like courses, they're like a 3-hour course that you can do on your own, at your own pace, to offer lessons on designing, creating products for children that meet the safety standards and everything.
Awesome.
hmm and also they're talking about how shoppers can buy without ever leaving Google with Google Partner Checkout program. So like they just Google it, they go shopping, and they can find your item from Etsy, and they don't even have to go to Etsy. They can just buy it right there. So I'm sure there's other um, platforms that are on there too. So, but that's interesting. So that you might see. I got all the time. I see a guest has bought my item. I'm like, well, guest. I guess they didn't have to make an Etsy account, but it could be that they're buying from the Google partner checkout.
Okay.
Amazon. Amazon is extending its UPS return option experiment through I put 9/1, but that's not right. I think it's November 1st.
Okay.
And it applies to items that are under 15 ounces and under 160 in total dimension, for people to be able to return stuff via UPS instead of the post office. It might be cheaper because Amazon has those great rates they have. So they're extending that. It was only originally supposed to go to, I think, the beginning of this month, but they decided to extend it further. Um, and Amazon sellers can explore unmet customer demand with a tool called Product Opportunity Explorer. It was in beta. I think it it's where you can like explore items that people are looking for, but they really can't find. So you can find those items that no one else has, and such.
I did a coaching session today where there was a couple of products where the listing exists, but the sellers that were on the listing were sold out. And I was like, okay, this is when you need to go to the store, right? Get in the car right now, go to the store, go buy this product. You can list it right now and you'll get some instant sales. So yeah, I was doing a coaching session today where we were talking about, finding those things that are immediately available, or at least immediately will, get a sale. And that's what you want. You want to source inventory that's going to sell very quickly.
And one of the big news is Kroger's is buying Albertsons.
Yeah. That
So
did
that
make
was
the news.
big news. I mean,
That was
I
on my
don't,
news list.
yeah.
Yeah.
There isn't any Albertsons or Tom. There wasn't Tom Thumb down here. We had Randall's, and
Hmm.
I think there might be some Randall's. I know some Randall's closed down the next city over. Um, yeah, because they my first job when I worked in high school. I worked at a Randall's. I worked in the bakery, and they like last year, the year before, they closed down that store. I was like, wow, really? They're closing that down?
She's like, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't
You
ready.
know, and so yeah, there, and then they closed another one. So there's not as many Randalls as there was. And all through going through nursing school, I worked in Randalls. So just,
We're getting so
mhm.
everything is changing, but of course, that's par for the course. That's part of the process. All right. So, any other news that you had, Kelly?
No, that was all I could really find.
All right. Well, let me share my screen. We're going to get into the news I found. We covered some of it. I mean, I think a couple of them we're going to cover the same thing. So, it's all right. It's all good.
You just have a different take on it.
There you go. Always do. Okay. All right. So, we're going to start with the first news article. So Amazon's Prime early access sale stuff. They gave a list of the deals, but then I have another article that says it was pretty much a bust. So it pretty much was a
Yeah.
bust.
I bought one thing, and I
Okay.
was like, because it had like a 50 cent off coupon. It was like one of those bags, the plastic grocery bags you get, you know,
Okay.
that that you can hang in there in your
I
pantry or whatnot.
I think I just bought supplements only because I needed them, not because it was Prime Day. I didn't buy it because it was Prime Day. I bought it because I needed them. So anyway, there was quite a few things that they had in the early Prime Day. This comes to us from CNBC. This was back on the 11th, and they were showcasing all of the Prime Day stuff. So um, again, I think we shared this already. So if you didn't get a chance to look, we did share it on that day, so you knew what the Prime Day deals were. But the thing I do want to point out in this article, they're talking about that rival retailers are also getting a jump start on holiday shopping season. And that's the thing you want to pay attention to. So if you're selling on other platforms, okay, I don't know what's going on with my voice now, but if you're selling on other platforms, Amazon is always working to beat out the other retailers because, Amazon is king. So they want to be king online for sure. And what this does is this triggers the other retailers to start offering deals. And so if you're sourcing for Q4, sometimes these little Prime Day deals that they offer, like, might be a good day to also go and look at the other sites and see what kind of deals they're putting up so that you can turn around and flip that item and sell it for a higher price at a later time. So I hope that some of you took advantage of that opportunity of maybe getting some deals at a great price. It also might give you a small sneak peek into some of the deals that might come up for Black Friday or some of the hot and in demand products that are going to come up as part of this Q4 season. So always pay attention to that because there may be some great insight into that and help you to be more strategic next year. Also help you to be strategic for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the 3 Saturdays following Black Friday, Cyber Monday, which are the busiest shopping days after Black Friday. So just putting it out there outside of normal Prime Day, which is in July. So I don't know if Prime Day is going to, if they're going to do it again. They may or may not. Who knows? I think, like I said before, they were working to uh, they were working to kind of re-stimulate the economy. As I said
Mhm.
before, they said that they weren't getting as many sales as they had hoped in Q2, And so Q3, they always make a lot of money because of the fact that you've got back to school. And so that back to school window runs for a long time because in the United States, we don't all return back to school at the same time. So
Nope.
back to school sort of starts at the end of June, ironically, and it can go all the way into the second week of September. So back to school is like a big window. And so it's a pretty constant stream of online purchases during that window. But prior to that, they got a little bit of a peak Mother's Day, and they got a little bit of peak for graduation, and a little bit of a peak, bump in sales for Easter and stuff like that. But Q2, outside of that, there's nothing that will help them to sustain sales. So they are also have quite a few beauty deals. They are pushing more and more for the brands. So again, if you have a brand, Amazon's in love with you. They have all these amazing deals for people who have brands. If you're looking to get your brand on Amazon, they want you. So, and they want to help market for you. They want to give your products some presence and give you some tips on how to get your products present. So again, brands, they are in love with them, and you can still find some of those brand deals. I will tell you that beauty products are great replenishables. So if you haven't been paying attention, I just need you to know that beauty products are great replenishables. And we normally have beauty products on our RAOA list because of the fact that despite what's happening with the economy, women always want to still look good. Sometimes me too. So I'm just saying, I don't wear makeup. It's clear that I don't wear makeup, but other people do. So, all right, the next one is Kohl's and other retailers are announcing. This is coming to us from a local news station, WKYC. I don't even know what that is, but they're talking about some store closures. You might come in here and just double check to see which stores may be closing. Also, we're talking about closures for Thanksgiving. That's what I mean. So these are stores that are not going to be open for Thanksgiving. Um, and, Walmart doesn't care. Like, Walmart's going to be open. They're going to be open for Thanksgiving. I think the only time that they were closed for Thanksgiving was maybe uh, when COVID hit, but they were
Yeah, I think
probably still
so.
open.
Or maybe they are
So,
today or something.
yeah, I mean, once they started being open, they just stayed open. So it is what it is. But Kohl's said that they will be closed again for Thanksgiving. It looks like Best Buy might be closed for Thanksgiving. And then a few other stores have announced it. So you can do a Google search for stores that are open for Thanksgiving so that you'll know which ones will be open. So you can take a look at those stores and maybe to see what kind of ads, because Kohl's normally does that whole doorbusters thing where you can get deals. Oops, sorry. This thing is just taking off on its own, isn't it? Where you can get store doorbuster deals. So early shoppers that want to come in at the crack of chicken. What is that? It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. I am not that person. Yeah, no, it's all right. I mean, not that I'm not up that early, but I'm not trying to be at the store that early. I mean, unless there was one amazing deal. And so they always have some deals, and we'll see how that goes. Then this comes to us from the New York Post. This article is on. Hold on, I'm trying to. I got all kind of stuff popping up, don't I? This is people are getting. Oh yeah, getting creepy empty envelopes in the mail, and experts blame sellers on Amazon.
Hmm.
So I think that is very interesting. Again, it comes to us from the New York Post. You can go and read it about some of the envelopes that have been delivered to different people. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I They say it's due to the sellers, but I don't think it's due to the sellers. I mean, there might be a handful of crazy sellers out there, and I would say a very small, like maybe 0.02% or some crazy number like that, but low number like that. But yeah, they said some of the estimates of the mystery packages could number as high as 10,000.
Who would spend that money? Why would you spend money on shipping nothing and then waste the envelope? That just why?
Yeah, they were saying that 42% of American reviews are not written by actual customers. The federal government has expressed concerns about the growing number of fake reviews. So they're attributing all of this again to, some stuff with sellers just randomly sending out some crap. So you can come and read this article. It's an interesting article. All right, and that's the New York Post. Then Essence announced. Well, Essence didn't announce it, but Mattel, I think it was. They rolled out a Barbie for Tina Turner. Okay.
Yeah, I
I
saw
know
that.
that there was a Barbie that came out for, like, there was another prominent um, person that a Barbie came out for. So I saw some of the comments below this post, which was so funny. They were talking about, okay, well, you're gonna have to do something about them legs because of the she has Barbie legs. They were like, her legs are a little small. Y'all could have did something about that. Oh my gosh! But anyway, so Tina Turner has her own Barbie. There's a few others that have their own Barbie. So Essence did an article on it. So that's where we get this article from about Tina Turner and the 40th anniversary of What's Love Got to Do with It. They got a signature Barbie. So okay. Ironically, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month as well. So I think that's kind of interesting that those two sort of coincide in the same month. But anyway, I mean, it is what it is. All right, so Kelly talked about this earlier, the merger with Albertsons and Kroger. Some like it, some people don't. I just think that if you have an Albertsons near you, or maybe you have a Kroger near you, like, you might be able to find some deals. What I do miss from Albertsons back in the day, they had this Dollar Days aisle where you can find a whole bunch of stuff. And that's where I actually started creating bundles from there, not from the Dollar Tree. I started creating my bundles from the Albertsons Dollar Days aisle. And when they sort of, I think we only have like two Albertsons that are near me. It just became weird. Like, okay, y'all shut this down, and now I can't find the Dollar Days aisle. What happened to it? So it became some small little subsection of the store. But anyway, if you have an Albertsons that has a Dollar Days aisle, then I just want you to know that they have some great combinations you can put together for bundles. So we'll see what happens. Everybody's sort of watching this to see what's going to happen, whether or not Albertsons and Kroger merge. As Kelly said before, there's a whole bunch of chains that fall up under these two umbrellas. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think, I think it's ironic because of the fact, HEB is continuing to expand. So we'll see. Maybe there's something to that. Okay, this next article was in the news all this week. They were talking about PayPal and the fact that PayPal had a is it acceptable use policy or something? And with this acceptable use policy or whatever it was, that they were talking about, if you spread misinformation, you could be fined up to $2,500. Look, PayPal has been in the news for years from different sellers on different platforms, depending on what it is that you're selling, where they hold your money. That's a fact. Like, people have complained about this for years. All you have to do is just do a Google search on the number of people who have had their money held by PayPal and never got it back. Never got it back. So there's a lot of stories out there. But, the fact that they published this and now it's a bunch of different groups that kind of jumped on the bandwagon and going after PayPal, they retracted their statement about the spread of misinformation and the fine. But again, I don't know. We'll see if the damage is really done or if the damage is just, all words and no no real traction. And as I said before, Amazon shoppers shrugged off a second Prime Day sale. Basically, they're not interested. They're not interested. So it was, I won't say it was a complete bust, but it was a bust. So data from third-party analysts showed that the discount event failed to attract as many shoppers as Amazon's Prime Day in July. Again, they had a Prime Day. For those who don't know the history, they had a Prime Day during the start of COVID in October of 2022, only because they couldn't pull it together for Prime Day in July of 2022. There's too many things going on, too many moving parts, trying to check in inventory, trying to deal with so many different things, changes in the warehouse operations, a lot of the warehouses having staff down because they were getting COVID. And so they had a Prime Day in October and they offered it, and it was gangbusters. They made a boatload of money. And so they decided they were going to try and bring it back. Now, they brought Prime Day back to its normal date. It's been July for many years. It's been the second Tuesday in July for many years, and then they made it the Monday and the Tuesday. But anyway, um, so they brought it back in 2021, back to the regular July. And then this year in 2022, they decided they're going to try to offer it twice. But in any case, yeah, people weren't as interested. So this comes to us from CNBC. You can go check out this article and read it for yourself. And who knows? They may not try this again next year. I think they really just did it because of the economy. That's just my personal opinion. All right. And then, as Kelly said before, she talked about Shopify. And I was like, really? And I was like, yeah, okay. So it's called Shopify Tax. If you have a Shopify store, you can go and look up Shopify /tax so that you can go through and see what the benefits are of using this app that Shopify is now offering. Now, I will tell you, inside the Shopify App Store, there's a whole bunch of apps out there. And there's, I don't know, probably about 15 or 20 that are related to some form of tax management, tax collection, tax reporting, all of that. So this is Shopify saying, you know what, if you don't want to use any of those apps, we're offering our own app. I don't know. It's probably a developer. They probably absorbed another developer's app and then kind of tweaked it to improve it. But in any case, if you want to read what that means to you, because again, that has been a thorn in the side of many sellers, that they have to deal with the taxes, whether it's taxes in the US or any other country, they've got to deal with the tax liability, the tax management of all of it, and distribution and payments out. So go check it out. See if it's for you. I think I am going to add this to my app store, and I'm sorry, add this to my store and see how it works out, and maybe come back after the new year and tell you guys how it worked out for me. Because you have to, again, meet a certain threshold, but you want to see what the benefits and the rewards of using it are. So come read shopify.com/tax so you can read it for yourself. Is there any other news, Kelly, that you had?
No.
All right. So with that, we're going to move right on over to the tips. So thanks for hanging out with us. Again, our topic today is Facebook Marketplace. And so we're going to talk about Facebook Marketplace and some of the tips. So 9 things that you can sell on Facebook Marketplace if you don't know. So I'll let Kelly start with number 1.
Used items, just like eBay and Mercari and such. You can sell used items from your own garage, your closet. Everyone sells. I've seen toys, yard sale. People they'll take their yard sale items and they're like, I don't want to have a yard sale. I'm just going to list everything on Facebook and do it that way, so I don't have to get up at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning to set up a yard sale. Or items that you thrifted, or even some people will say they sell on Amazon and they have returns, and they'll just put their returns on there so they can make at least some money back on the item that they of the money they paid for those items.
Absolutely. So Facebook garage sales have been around for a long time, and then the evolution of Facebook Marketplace in conjunction with Facebook garage sale groups. So if you got some used items or some items you don't use anymore, definitely consider Facebook Marketplace. They do have the lowest platform fees, but that's a different discussion. All right, number 2, new items. So sometimes, we all buy stuff and it's like, I've had this, I've never opened it, I've never used it, I don't even know what the receipt is, I can't take it back. Go listen on Facebook Marketplace. If it still has the tags on it, if it still has everything, just go listen on Facebook Marketplace. I will tell you, they have very few restrictions, much like many of the other platforms. They don't have the requirements like Amazon does. So listing those things on Facebook Marketplace, you can ship up, because again, you can ship stuff to your customer. You can also do, wholesale listings on Facebook Marketplace, dropship listings, private label, print on demand products, anything that you source, retail and online arbitrage. You can definitely do that and sell those products on Facebook Marketplace. That's one of the things that Claude talks about all the time. We have an amazing course around Facebook Marketplace where he talks about all the stuff that he sources from Ollie's and lists on Facebook Marketplace. So again, another great opportunity to make some money and to also get some sales. If you got a bunch of inventory, why not list on Facebook Marketplace? And if you have the List Perfectly app, because Kelly talked about List Perfectly earlier, like there's an integration to Facebook Marketplace there. So I'm just saying.
Trending items. Facebook is really big on trends. So if you see that there's a movie and now everybody wants these items from the movies, you're able to post them on there and list them. Or like there's the pops and the certain plush like the squishmallows and everything that's really popular that people want. That's another place to get more eyes on it, and you're able to use like hashtags to um, draw more people to your items that way.
Absolutely. Seasonal items. So we are moving from the fall into the winter, even though we're still sort of in the early stages of going into the fall. But we are in the fall going into the winter. And so fall items will sell, winter items will sell. Things that are going to be popular for this season. So, meaning this period of time. Because of the fact that we got hurricane season, so you got all those hurricane related items like tarps to cover things or generators, things like that. What is it? Suction pumps to get the water out of things. HV, those, I can't even think of any of those HVAC machines that suck water out. All of those things, people need those types of things to take care of their belongings and or help them prepare for whatever is about to happen when it comes to hurricane season. In addition to that, we're going into the season of Halloween. We're going into elections. We're going into, of course, fall, of course, and Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. So, and you also see New Year stuff. So you'll start to see those things that are seasonal around those specific events and or holidays coming up. You can sell those items on Facebook Marketplace as well. So if you're listing it on eBay, if you're listing it on Mercari or Poshmark, even if you're listing it on Facebook Marketplace, you might consider, sorry, not Facebook, Amazon, you might also consider listing it on Facebook Marketplace. Or you're selling it on Walmart, consider selling it on Facebook Marketplace as well, because you can ship those items to your customers.
They're household items. This is great for like big items like bicycles and big appliances that you don't want to ship. If you just want to do like a local pickup, or you don't know, have you meet someone at a safe place. There's like lots of places. I know my local police station has where you're able to go to the parking lot at the police station to meet because they have like cameras and stuff so that to make sure that nothing is dangerous for you. But great for appliances, just the household furniture. I see furniture listed in my area all the time. People are like, I'm getting a new couch. Here's my other couch. It's, not too terribly bad. The dog's only peed on it once. So,
Well, the other thing is, all those people who like to coupon, they do the massive couponing. And so they've got like, I don't know, 500 boxes or containers of Tide or dishwashing liquid or toilet paper or paper towels. Like you can find those bulk purchases or people who buy those things in bulk, maybe using mass coupons. They will resell those things on Facebook Marketplace. So that is another one that for household items. So get your dishwashing liquid from there. Maybe cheaper than the store. Vehicles. So I know Facebook has some guidelines around vehicles and other types of property. or products or things that you want to sell. So you want to make sure that you follow those guidelines around selling vehicles, because they do have some guidelines around it. In some cases, they're going to require you to have a business profile. And in other cases, if you're selling your own personal vehicle, again, there's some things that they're going to have some guidelines. But you can sell your vehicle on Facebook Marketplace. People have made money doing that. I remember when Norman was with us, and he used to talk about all the big items that you can sell on eBay, and vehicles were one of them. I was like, yeah, that's right. In addition to the many of the other big things that he talked about. So again, it's not just vehicles. Like I've seen motorboats on there, and I've also seen like water ski equipment, so snowmobiles and stuff like that. So you can sell all of those like ATV, off road, all of that stuff also on Facebook Marketplace, but you want to follow the guidelines for that. So we have property and rentals as well. Those are one of those things that you want to follow Facebook's guidelines for it, for listing it. You want to see what their guidelines are, because I know there's a lot of people that are selling or renting Airbnbs, and they're putting them on Facebook Marketplace. And, there's so many people that are frustrated, sorry, with Airbnbs right now.
Mhm.
Cities are putting ordinances in place, and they call them short-term rentals. They're putting guidelines in place and ordinances in place to stop people from just turning the entire neighborhood into a short-term rental neighborhood. So you want to follow the guidelines for Facebook Marketplace if you have property that you want to rent or lease out, including those Airbnbs, so that you don't get blocked off of the platform and or get your listings taken down. You want to make sure it's legit.
Services. I know I see a lot of time people are like who make cakes in my area. They put their pictures of the cakes they make, or maybe they do photography and are offering to have photography sessions with like for like senior pictures or for engagement pictures or wedding pictures. Or right now, everyone's getting their Christmas pictures done so they can have them for their Christmas cards. Or maybe they want, are there people that want to do lawn service? Maybe, that's one of the big things, lawn services or house cleaning, or, any of that kind of stuff. Those kind of services that can help save people time, and or maybe if they're not able to clean their house themselves, maybe they're getting to where they're a little bit older and they're just not able to move as much around as much, and they can't get out to mow their lawn. There's all sorts of services that people can put out there.
Absolutely. So, if you didn't know that and you offer a service, go and see what you need to do to put your service information out there. Because again, clearly Facebook has buyers. And the great thing about Facebook is if you run Facebook ads using the different algorithms that are the different criteria that Facebook has available to you, the algorithms will find your audience for you and put this stuff right in front of them. So that's the great thing about it. So if you have a service, definitely consider, putting it up on the Facebook Marketplace, and then potentially spending a few dollars to run ads. Because if you do the algorithm, or if you do the ad right, the algorithm will find your audience for you. They already know. They know enough about us. Trust me, they do.
Free stuff, yay! I used to go on this. I forget what it's called. It was Free Cycle.
Yep.
I would go to the Free Cycle and I would get. This was when I was a big couponer, and I could find people are just saying, they were saying, I have the, last 3 weeks Sunday coupons, and I just snatch them up so I can have the coupons, more and more copies of the coupons that I wanted to, that I like to use, because I had 4 kids and they ate. especially when they were all three teenage boys. Yeah, they ate. They went through so much cereal, and with the coupons, it was so helpful. But people all the time are giving away. There's even groups on Facebook. They're just like free, free stuff in whatever city you're in. And people are like, I have this on my curb. Come pick it up. So it's a great way to find some free stuff. And I find all the time in my thrifting groups, like, yeah, I picked this up, free on the curb, and I sold it for $500, and I'm like,
Yep.
what? Yeah, don't pass up the free stuff.
Yep. Kelly's telling the truth, y'all. I sold a basketball goal once. And I didn't even have to do anything, but that was a whole Craigslist strategy. Same thing, though. Oh, yeah, just find it. There's somebody listed as free. Come pick it up. Whoever gets there first, and then that's how I did it. I was like, okay, and I just made some money for something I didn't even own. So yeah, free stuff. So if you want to know some more strategies, you want to get some information, get some insight in what you need to do to get started selling on Facebook Marketplace, or to improve your current sales, or put together a strategy for Q4, definitely register for our upcoming Facebook Marketplace workshop. That way, we're going to be covering all kinds of cool stuff. You can go to our short link of swiy.co/Facebook and then MKT place. So again, https://swiy.co/Facebook MKT place for Facebook Marketplace. That's the short abbreviation. Share this out with a friend. Let somebody else know about it, because we want to be able to help you. And if you're looking for more help on Facebook Marketplace, we're going to cover next week some of the things, some strategies that people use for selling products on Facebook Marketplace. So tune in. So we do have a live workshop coming up, in person live workshop. If you are ready to, make some money, quick money this Q4, um, especially around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all the way up until, like I said, the second and third Saturday in December. That is the prime money making window. Prime money making window. So around the second week in October, all the way up until about the second or third week in December, it is just buy frenzy. So this is that window where we want to help you put together your quick game plan so you can have 6 to 8 weeks of massive success, probably closer to 6 because we're so close to it. But in any case, we're actually going to go through, we're going to put together our game plan for retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. We're actually going to create listings. We're going to jump on existing listings. We're going to talk about how to optimize listings. We're going to talk about how to drive traffic to these listings, or to your specific focused listings. We're going to talk about how you can use social media to get you more sales. This is all live in person. We're going to do actual exercises where we're going to actually optimize the listings together. We're going to create listings together. We're going to talk about what are the print on demand products, and we're going to actually create a couple of print on demand products together live in the workshop. So this is a live in person workshop. We want you guys to come and hang out with us. There's so much more that we're going to be covering. And so it's a 2-day workshop. Day one is all in classroom, all live demonstration, all you doing it too. So bring your laptop, get registered today. Day two is we are going out and we are hitting the ground running. So this is on a Thursday. Day two is on a Thursday. And we're going to go out to at least 5 different stores where we're going to actually source inventory that we did the research on the day before. This way, when you go home, you'll actually be able to take that same list and go source where you live, and jump on those listings, and also identify other potential opportunities. We're going to be covering bundles. We're going to create some bundle listings. So I want you to come and hang out with us the 26th and 27th here in Dallas, Fort Worth. You don't want to miss this. You can go to eComSellersMastery.com/live 2022. Again, eComSellersMastery.com/live 2022 right now to get registered. And again, we're going to do a live shop and learn where we take people out, and it's an all-day event. So make sure you have on comfortable shoes, make sure your car is gassed up, and make sure that you're ready to learn. So this event, 2 days, live in person. You are going to make a bunch of money if you take action. If you do the work and you do the research, there is no way you won't make a lot of money. So I'm just going to tell you guys, when I first got started in e-commerce, I had a whole bunch of stuff happen to me in 2014, including losing one of my houses because I had two houses. And there was some crazy stuff that happened where we had mites in the house. It was just crazy. But in any case, the back half of 2014, I started getting serious on eBay. Okay. I started getting serious on eBay, ironically. And I started sourcing, I started putting up listings for everything that I had. And the amount of money that I made in like 6 weeks is just bananas. And that was just on eBay. I wasn't even serious or actively engaged really on Amazon at that point because I was like, okay, well, that's just going to take too much time. I already know how to do this eBay thing. So let me just go do this eBay thing. So Amazon was like sort of an afterthought, and I wasn't as focused and committed as I was in 2015 on Amazon as I was on eBay. So can you make a lot of money in 6 weeks? Yes. Yeah, you can. And this is a window in which if you get aggressive, you get focused, you get committed, the amount of money you can make is just ridiculous. So go to www.ecomsellersmastery.com/live 2022 for the live 2-day workshop. Day one is all in classroom, all demonstration, all use coming up with your strategy, your game plan, and everything that you need to do so that you can be very strategic the next 6 weeks. And then day two is all about going to the stores. We're going to hit the stores. We're going to hit Ollie's. We're going to probably go to an HEB. We'll have to go early in the morning, though. We're going we're going to go to, yeah, we have to go early in the morning. We're going to hit a 99-cent store. We're going to hit a dollar store. We're going to hit several stores, a Burlington, Ross. We're going to hit so many different stores so that we can help you in addition to Walmart. Now, we're not going to overlook Walmart so that you know exactly how to find stuff quickly. You can get in, get out, put together your strategy. So that you're ready to execute it. So if you are an action taker and you're ready to execute a plan or a strategy for Q4 and you're ready to do it for 6 weeks straight so you can make some ridiculous money on the back end, you need to come to this live workshop. I'm just telling you. If you haven't already done so, we invite you to go get your ecom planner right now. It is available. You can get the 2023 ecom planner at myecomplanner.com to get ready for 2023. Let's turn up the dial on our businesses in 2023, get more organized, get more focused. And if you're looking for retail and online arbitrage leads, you can go and grab those at ecomsellersacademy.com/RAOA leads. Again, ecomsellersacademy.com/RAOA leads. You know what? We are changing up the leads, the whole situation, because we have so many replenishables and consumables on our leads list. We have so many bundle opportunities. So in the future, I'm going to add another column that indicates that this product is also a bundle opportunity. So for those people that are willing to take the time to create bundle listings, whether they create them on Amazon or eBay or Walmart, I'm going to point those out and say, this is a great bundle opportunity for you. And so we're going to add another column in the future. If you're looking for bundle opportunities and you're ready to create bundles, because bundles allow you the opportunity to have a higher ROI. So you want to take advantage of the higher ROI, especially in today's economy. So go grab your leads list. Go to ecomsellersacademy.com/RAOA leads right now to sign up. So with that, I think that is everything, Kelly. I thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. I'm just closing this out. It's just us now. So my name is Nicole Whitlock.
And I'm Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward.
And Kelly and I come to you every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are live on the eComSellers podcast channel. So if you have not subscribed, please go subscribe to the eComSellers podcast channel. Share this video out with a friend, or share a link to the video out with a friend. Let somebody else know about the eComSellers podcast, where we talk about e-commerce news, tips, and more every single Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And with that, we are going to say goodbye for now.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.